didn't you feel sometimes like others in your life are responsible for your suffering? Well, you might be right, at least a little bit, but let me explain in detail what I mean by that. You know, when they say that the world is unfair and the rich have so much money and the poor have so little money, then they sometimes say, okay, if we redistributed all the wealth in the world and all the money and gave everyone $10,000, then the people like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos would just again end up being rich because they have this way of viewing the world where they see opportunities, where they're able to unite people into a company and make them work on important problems and earn money by that, you know? And they say the poor would just still end up being poor because they have so different ways of viewing the world. And also they are maybe differently intelligent, or there might be other differences, but you know, the dumbest people can be successful. Really, the dumbest people and the smartest people can be poor and not really get anything done. So there are many character traits that count, but it's also really your mindset and your way of viewing the world that matters. And what has that to do with the people around you and your closest people? Let me explain to you. So they say you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, you know? That's what they say. And it's true. And because you copy and you take on all the traits and the ways of them viewing the world to your own. So whatever they have in themselves or however they view the world, be sure that you will view the world in a similar way. And it leaves like its form or its shape on you or in you. And so you want to be very aware of that, because if you spend time with the wrong people who view the world in a way where, you know, if I view the world like this, then I would never be successful or reach my goal in life. So it's really about what kind of people, how do I want to view the world in order to make myself successful? Do I want to believe I could never be rich or I could never be successful? Or do I want to believe I can? Because I need to believe that I can in order to make it in the first place. And so what I mean by when you feel like maybe people around you are responsible for your failures or your flaws or you not being successful, then it might be actually true because you let them or their ideas be part of yourself. And this is very hard because in order to fix that, you sometimes need to cut people off, and you sometimes need to stay away from people who don't have the same way of viewing life or the world, or who are not like supporting you in your way, or in your endeavors. And this can be very hard. And what I'm talking about is not really a problem like, oh, the car is broken or whatever, we have a flat tire, or I don't know, there is no food in the house, or we have no food or something. But what I mean is the way at which you analyze that problem, because it's not the flat tire itself that you take on from your friends, but it's the way that they teach you how to think of this problem that you will take on, right? So if they make a big drama out of it, and if they lose their mind, and if it ruins their month or their week or their month, then they are probably not very happy, not very resilient people, you know? They're very maybe weak. They think, oh, whatever, flat tire, and then, you know, they start crying or they start being sad or something like this. And the problem is, as I said, you adapt to the people around you and you learn how to view the world from them. And of course you can give your own input into the group and teach them differently or otherwise. But it's as I said before, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So really understand that you will fix your friends' problems, their mental problems. So, you know, everyone has their own traumas, and some people get triggered by things, so they think irrationally bad or intense about some trivial problems or topics. And these kind of triggers or traumas is what they put on you if you spend time with them, and you put your traumas on them, just so you know. And the thing is that you together need to be able to fix these problems, and you need to be able to be like happy and sit there and fix these problems together, because otherwise they will ruin you. If you're not prepared to fix them, they will ruin you. And so yeah, this is kind of how you take on bad ideas from the people around you. You also take on the good ideas, but you also take on the bad ideas. And so you really want to sanitize your environment, and you want to create an environment that really is supportive towards all the aims and the endeavors that you have in life. And yeah.